Good morning, students. This is your English teacher Ram working in Ramu School. As part of the holidays, our management asked us to give you some classes in videos. So, as part of that, we are going to discuss about tense today. This is very important topic. We already discussed about tense in our previous classes, but this is another opportunity to discuss about it. So, today we are going to discuss about the very important topic, that is nothing but tense. I already told you in the offline classes that if anybody wants to decide the tense of a sentence, first we will have to look at the verb in a sentence. That is why tense is a form of verb. Tense is a form of verb. Why I am saying tense is a form of means, if you want to know the tense of a sentence, first we will have to look at the verb. Then only we can decide either the sentence is in present tense, past tense or future tense. Even third class and fourth class students also know that we have three tenses, but when it comes to examination, most of the people fail in identifying the tense of a sentence. The reason is they do not know that tense is a form of verb. See, what does the verb indicate? Why I am saying tense is a form of means, it indicates time, completeness and continuous of an action. So, whatever the sentence we speak, it is only for indicating action done by the subject, action done by the subject. So, it is the word which indicates the action of a sentence. That is why I am saying tense is a form of verb. It indicates time, time in the sense present time or past time or future time. Time in the sense it is the verb which indicates time, completeness and continuous of an action. So, for example, if you can come to the examples here, I have written 3 examples here. I read newspaper every day, I read newspaper yesterday, I shall read newspaper tomorrow. In 3 sentences, we have subject, verb, object. In this sentence also we have subject, verb, object. This is also we have subject, verb and object. If you can notice the common thing in 3 sentences, in the first sentence we have I as a subject, object also newspaper every day. In the second sentence also we have the same subject and same object, but the only change we have is that is nothing but adverb of time, that is yesterday. And the third sentence we have the same subject I and newspaper in the same object, same object. See, in 3 examples we have we have commonly I as a subject, newspaper, object. Here also we have I as a subject, newspaper, object, and in the third sentence also we have I as a subject, newspaper, object. But how can you identify that this is in present tense, this is in past tense and this is future tense? The only way that we can identify the tense of this sentence is nothing but by looking at the verb. See, in the first sentence we have verb 1, in the second sentence we have verb 2. In the third sentence we have modal auxiliary verb and verb 1. So, it is the only verb. If you can have V1 or V5, then it is said to be present tense. If you can have a V2, then it is said to be past tense. If you can have shall and modal also, sometimes we get will also, will or shall plus V1, that is said to be future tense. So, ultimately what you have to understand about the tense is nothing but tense is a form of verb. It is the verb which indicates the time of an action. Time of an action in the sense, if you can have a V1 or V5, that is called present tense. If you can have V2, that is called past tense. If you can have will or shall plus V1, that is said to be future tense. So, about the tense we will have to keep in mind that only thing, if you want to be identifying the tense of the sentence, you will have to look at the verb only, then you can easily identify the tense of a sentence. Okay. So, as you already learned in the previous classes, you all know that tense is of 3 types. Number 1, present tense, past tense and future tense. But when it comes to the formation of the tenses, the present tense is formed by using subject, verb 1 or verb 5. Verb 1 or verb 5. If a student has to be speaking good English, has to be good at speaking English or maybe identifying the tense of the sentence, first we need to be learning the verbs we have different kinds of verbs, right? Verb 1, verb 2, verb 3, verb 4, verb 5, when we have verb 6 also. So, we'll let us forget about the verb 6 because that is totally different story. We can only discuss about till verb 5, verb 1, verb 2, verb 3, verb 4 and verb 5. Verb 5 in the sense V1 plus S or ES is said to be verb 5. V1 plus S or is said to be verb 5, and verb 4 is nothing but if you can add V1 plus ing, it is said to be verb 4, and verb 2 and verb 1 and verb 2, verb 3, we all know that this is in present tense, this is past and this is past participle. So, clear? Okay, then fine. Let us come to the formation of the three types of tenses. The sentence is formed by using subject, verb 1 or verb 5 and object in simple present tense or maybe present tense, and the past tense is formed by using subject, verb 2 and object, and in future tense is formed by subject to will or shall plus V1 plus object. See, in three sentences subject and object are common, but the only differentiation we have is nothing but verb 1 or verb 5 and verb 2 and will or shall plus V1 is said to be future tense. Understand? Okay. Now, let us come to the next point, that is nothing but each tense is again divided into 4 types. In previous classes or maybe third class and fourth class, we might have discussed about only present tense, past tense and future tense, but very less people know that we have we have several kinds of tenses, right. So, in this class the only thing new that we are going to learn about discuss tenses is nothing but the division of the tenses. See, the first one, the present tense. I already told you that present tense is formed by using subject plus verb 1 or verb 5 plus object, right. Present tense is primarily divided into 4 types. Number 1, simple present tense, present continuous, present perfect and present perfect continuous. Each tense is again divided into like that only. Even simple past tense is also divided into 4 types: simple past, past continuous, past perfect and past perfect continuous. And future tense is also divided into 4 types: simple future, future continuous, future perfect and future perfect continuous. So, in the next page we will discuss how we form the sentences in different tenses, but let us come to what is simple present tense, present continuous, present perfect and present perfect continuous, right. Simple present tense. So, there are 4 points that we have to keep in mind about simple present tense. Simple present tense is used for talking about 4 actions. Number 1, daily routine actions. Daily routine actions in the sense we will do lot of actions from morning to evening. All those activities are spoken in only simple present tense. And the next point, simple present tense is also used for speaking about universal facts. And the third point is habitual actions. And the fourth point is future planned actions. We already discussed about those, and when it comes to offline classes, we will have more discussion about that later. So, for the time being, simple present tense is used for talking about universal facts, habitual actions, daily routine actions and future planned actions. Next, coming to see the formation of the simple present tense will be subject plus V1 or V5 plus object. And do remember one thing, guys, simple present tense is also called present indefinite tense. What is that? Present indefinite tense. So, in your examinations there is every chance that that they would ask you in such a way that present indefinite tense also. So, do not be confused, simple present tense is also called present indefinite tense. Next, coming to present continuous. Present continuous in the sense present now, continuous which is happening, when action is happening before our eyes continuously, then it is said to be present continuous. We see lot of vehicles going on the road every day continuously, and we see lot of teachers coming and teaching you different lessons continuously. So, whichever the action is going on continuously, that action is said to be present continuous tense. Understand? The formation of the present continuous will be subject plus is, am, or. Is, am, or plus V4 plus object. Why I am emphasizing a lot on syntax of the tenses is nothing but If a student knows the formation of these sentences like the syntaxes, then he or she can easily form the sentences and speak different sentences with the different people. So that is the main motto behind giving you the syntaxes of the tenses here. Next, coming to present perfect. Present perfect. Present perfect is used for talking about an action which has just been over. Actually, we use some clue words while forming the different sentences. In simple present tense, we use every day, seldom, frequently, all these words. When it comes to present perfect, we use some clue words like just now, already. So these such kinds of are used in present perfect tense. And the formation of the present perfect will be subject plus have or has plus V3 plus object. See, in present tense, in present continuous, we are using V4, right? But the V4 never comes a single. It can be either present tense, past tense or future tense. Wherever it comes, it is preceded by some B forms. Some B forms. Those are nothing but is, am, are. I already told you that B forms are 5 in number: is, am, are, was and were. Among these 5 B forms, we use is, am, are in present tense, was and were in past tense. That is why, as it is present continuous, I am giving you is, am, are plus V4. Next, present perfect. When it comes to present perfect means an action which has just been over. Whenever you want to say that some action happened recently, there you will have to use the tense present perfect. So the formation of it, have or has plus V3 plus object. See, whichever the perfect tense is, it is going to be. In continuous tenses, we use B forms. Whichever perfect tense is going to be, like it can be either present perfect or past perfect or future perfect. We will certainly use have forms. Those are nothing but have and has. I already told you in the previous classes that we have 3 forms. Those are nothing but have, has, had. Among these 3, we use have and has in present tense. Had is used in past tense. That is why, as it is a present perfect, I am using have and has. Immediately after have and has, if there is a verb, that is certainly going to be V3. After B forms, we are using V4. After have forms, we will have to use V3. That is nothing but present perfect tense. Next, coming to present perfect continuous. Present perfect continuous tense is nothing but an action happened in the past, completed till now and still going on. For example, we have been taking coaching for Sainik and RIMC entrance examinations for past 5 months, right? We started our course in the month of June and we completed the course till now at present, but the action is still going on, right? So those kinds of actions are spoken in present perfect continuous. I will tell you again, present perfect tense is used for talking about an action which started in the past, completed till present and still going on at the right moment. That is nothing but present perfect continuous. See, the formation of the present perfect continuous will be subject plus have or has plus been plus V4 plus object. Whenever you want to form a sentence in present perfect continuous, the formation will be like this: subject plus have or has plus been plus V4 plus object. Understand? So this is something about total present tense. Next, coming to past tense. Past tense is nothing but an action happened in the past, an action will happen in the past. That is nothing but past tense. Like present tense, even past tense is also divided into 4 kinds. As we already discussed about several kinds of present tense, then it will be easy for us to discuss about 4 kinds of simple past tense, 4 kinds of past tense, right? So, like present tense, even past tense is also divided in 4 types. Number 1, simple past, past continuous, past perfect and past perfect continuous. See, simple past tense is used for talking about an action which happened in the past. Whatever the action happened in the past several times, that action is spoken in simple past tense. So in offline classes, I will certainly give you few more examples, and after completion of this class, we will send you a worksheet which is related to the tenses, then you can have a good experience and a good practice on that, then you will have good clarity about it. Okay, now? Okay. So, when it comes to the formation of the past tense, it will be subject plus V2 plus object, subject plus V2 plus object, and there are few more negative interrogative sentence formations. We will discuss about it later. So, simple past tense is used for talking about an action which happened in the past, right. Next, coming to past continuous. What did we discuss about present continuous? Present continuous is used for talking about an action which is happening right now, right. That is present continuous. Past continuous in the sense, if you take a time in the past, if an action was going on at that moment continuously, then it is said to be past continuous tense, right. The formation of the past continuous will be subject plus was or were plus V4 plus object. See, in present continuous we used is, am, are. When it comes to past continuous, we used was and were. If you know the B forms, 5 B forms, is, am, are, was and were, you can easily form the sentences in tenses. Is, am, are used in present tense and was and are used in past tense, and V4 is common. Whichever the continuous tense is, it is going to be, the verb is going to be, that is nothing but V4. Clear? Let us come to the next one, past perfect. This is very important one, a lot of people confuse here only. Past perfect tense is used for talking about an action which happened before certain point of time in the past. For example, if I can take a diagram like this, this is present, this is past and this is future, right. In this line, an action happened in the past here, yesterday, this is yesterday, and one more action happened in the past, that is nothing but here, that is nothing but like day before yesterday, day before yesterday. See, one action happened in the one action happened yesterday and one more action happened long before, like day before yesterday. But if you want to speak these two actions at a time, we will have to compulsory use past perfect tense. First, I will tell you the syntax of the past perfect tense. Subject plus had plus V3 plus object. Subject plus had plus V3 plus object. So, if you want to say, or if you want to talk about the first action which happened in the past, then we will have to use past perfect tense. For example, I will tell you, a train had gone before I went to the station. Here two actions happened. Number one, the train left the station, even I also reached the station. But the first action which happened in the past is nothing but train going, right. So, an action which happened first will have to speak in past perfect, and action which happened next will have to speak in simple past tense. The only thing that you have to keep in mind about past perfect tense is nothing but when two actions in the past, when two actions take place in past, if you want to speak about the first action, we will have to speak it in past perfect tense, and another action should be spoken in simple past tense. Okay. So, next coming to past perfect continuous. We discussed about past perfect, present perfect continuous, right. Present perfect continuous tense is used for talking about an action which started in the past, completed till now and still have been going on. That is nothing but present perfect continuous. When it comes to past perfect continuous, the past perfect continuous is used for talking about an action which happened before certain point of time in the past, completed to some extent and still had been going on at that moment. Somewhat it is bit difficult than other tenses when it comes to the definition. When it comes to offline classes, we will certainly discuss more about this, we will have a good clarity on that. Okay, now. So, the formation of the past perfect continuous will be subject plus had plus been plus V4 and object. This is how we form past perfect continuous tense. Next, coming to future tense. The future tense, everybody likes the future tense because many people want to do many things in the future, right. So, even I see many people using future tense tenses a lot. So, let us come to the explanation of the four types of future tense, like present tense, past tense, even future tense also divided into 4 types. Simple future, whatever the action is going to happen in the future, we'll do lot of actions, we plan lot of actions to do in the future, right? All those actions are spoken in simple future. See, the formation of the simple future tense will be subject plus will or shall plus V1 plus object. If you want to use future tense, you'll certainly use will and shall. Will and shall are very important. Without will and shall, we can't form a sentence in future tense. It can be either simple future, future perfect, future continuous, future perfect, or future perfect continuous. Whatever the tense is going to be, we'll have to use compulsory will and shall. Understand? So, simple future tense is used for talking about an action which is going to happen in the future. So, we will give more examples in a worksheet, then you can have a clarity on that. Next, future continuous tense. Future continuous tense. Present continuous, now continuing. Past continuous, an action happened in the past, an action was happening in the past is said to be past continuous. Future continuous tense in the sense, if we take a time in the future, if an action is going on at that moment, then it is said to be future continuous tense. The formation of the future continuous will be subject plus will or shall plus be plus V4 plus object. Next, future perfect tense, and the formation of the future perfect tense will be subject plus will or shall plus have plus V3 and object. And next, coming to future perfect continuous, the formation of the future perfect continuous will be subject plus will or shall plus have plus been plus V4 plus object. This is how we form sentences in future tenses, right? So, this is something about total tense, guys. Whatever you let us forget about present tense, past tense and future tense, but you will have to keep in mind that tense is nothing but it's a form of verb. It can be either present tense, past tense or future tense. If you want to decide the tense of the sentence, first we will have to look at the verb. So, we use different verbs to form different tenses, different sentences. Clear? So, now I will give you how to form different sentences in different tenses by giving a chart here. Okay. See, the box will teach you how to form different sentences. The formation of the simple present tense will be like this: subject plus V1 or V5 plus object, and this is positive. I already taught you that we have 4 kinds of sentences: positive, negative, interrogative, and negative interrogative, right? In simple present tense, we form positive sentence like this: negative, interrogative, and negative interrogative. When it comes to present continuous, positive, negative, interrogative, negative interrogative, and for perfect positive, negative, interrogative, and negative interrogative. And for perfect continuous also, positive, negative, interrogative, and negative interrogative. And if you want to have more clarity on that, if you can pause your video and then look at the syntaxes and learn about it. And while doing worksheet, you can certainly have this box help. This will teach you how to identify the tense of the sentence, right? So, if you want, you can pause it, or else you can easily identify the tense of the sentence by listening to the class several times. Okay, next one, simple past tense. I already told you that we use V2, verb to, and when it comes to negative, we use did, interrogative, and negative interrogative. These are the 4 kinds of sentences in simple past tense. And past continuous, positive, negative, interrogative, and negative interrogative. A past perfect is the same. This one, this is negative, interrogative, and negative interrogative. And past perfect continuous, positive, negative, interrogative, and negative interrogative. So, when it comes to the syntaxes of the future tense, I will certainly teach you in offline classes because it is bit more difficult than all these ones. We already discussed about all this. So, you get more familiar than what we have discussed in the previous classes. So, this is it, guys. I hope you are all enjoying Dasara holidays, but do not waste your time. Whenever you get free time and whenever the instructions are given by the management from our school, so just follow them and have a target towards the examination. So, we will come up with the next video about next topic. Until then, have a nice time. Good night everyone.